Over 10 million people are eligible to vote in Pennsylvania this November. As one of the most contested swing states, a few reporters from the E2024 team visited both liberal and conservative regions to better understand the young voters behind swing state politics.
Hello, Butler, and hello to Pennsylvania. I'm thrilled to be back.
Oh, it is good to be back in Pennsylvania.
We spoke with Professor Joseph Sabino Mystic, who worked in local politics for decades before joining Duquesne Klein School of Law, to learn more about Gen Z's top issues ahead of the presidential election. Can you walk me through a little bit of the historical context of Pennsylvania being a swing state?
Well, yeah, Pennsylvania is called, properly so, I guess, a purple state. Pennsylvania voters are pretty independent. They're not always bound by party affiliation. However, we have Pittsburgh at one end, and we have Philadelphia at the other, and then we have a lot of rural voters or suburban voters in between. We get a fresh view from Gen Z. There's little tolerance for discrimination, be it gender discrimination or racial discrimination or ethnic discrimination. They're also not tied to the old political traditions as I am, for instance.
They don't feel like that they're a part of it. They don't feel like people are talking to them. You're looking at the average age of a state representative is about 60 years old. We need to change that. And we need to encourage voters 18 and 35 because they are the largest voting bloc in the country. However, they just don't vote like it. And so we definitely want to encourage people not just to come out in the presidential elections, but to come out every 6 months.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Ronald Reagan was the subject of an attempted assassination, and he got an 11-point bump afterwards. President Gerald Ford had 2 attempts on his life, and it didn't change the result there. I think what it does is it galvanizes your supporters. And to the extent that it will have a beneficial effect on Donald Trump's campaign.
And you saw Donald Trump, who took a bullet 2 weeks ago and called for national calm and unity. That is the kind of unifying message that we need in this country.
It will be in terms of turnout. At the end of the day, after the assassination attempt, this is still a very important, vital election that has to be based upon 2 different views of America.
That we need reasonable gun safety laws in America. And together, when we win in November, we are finally going to pass universal background checks.
But you've got people who have lost loved ones just in the last few weeks to gun violence because we won't lock up violent criminals in this country anymore, thanks to the policies of Kamala Harris.
I'm gonna vote for Trump.
Okay, and what are some of the issues that, with Trump in this election, you're wanting him to cover?
Well, when he was in office last time, the economy was strong, work was booming, and I was raised with conservative morals and values, so.
But I haven't really been following too much. I don't know exactly what's going on right now. All I know is Trump got attempted assassination, but I don't really know his policies and everything. I'll probably just vote when my parents vote, honestly.
Definitely just being better people for our generation. Like us, we're the next coming, people to make the world bigger again. And I just feel like if we were in the right area, I feel like we would make this place a better place.
What are some of the top issues that you're voting for?
I would say probably healthcare, affordability, and foreign policy.
What do you think are the top Gen Z issues for this election, and what do you think needs to be?
Well, I would think gun violence, immigration reform, to have a system that really cares about people who are trying to come to America for all the same reasons our grandparents came to America.
Donald Trump said he wants to punish women.
certainly women's health care. I think that a very big part of this upcoming presidential race is going to depend upon this silent force that's out there.
There's a lot of people in Pennsylvania, particularly kind of in the middle part of Pennsylvania, that find it really hard to live. And for people who are maybe not in healthcare or don't have that educational background, that makes it really difficult for those people to find employment that actually allows them to live properly.
You know, it's a generation that doesn't seem like it has much of a stomach for the BS that we've tolerated over the years. And they just want fairness and decency and everybody to get a shot.
I know Donald Trump's type.
By saying that Kamala Harris has been such a disaster as vice president of this country that everywhere she goes, chaos and uncertainty follow.
What direction will this country go in?
I think it's going to be a very, very close election. And, you know, again, anything can happen in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, or in Wisconsin, the three big swing states. They can't reach a lot of Gen Z voters because, you know, who has a landline? And much of polling still depends on landlines. So the polls aren't helpful. That keeps the rest of us who are in this business guessing all the time as to how this is going to turn out. I can tell you this, it will be close.
This concludes our Pennsylvania tour, but be sure to follow us for more Gen Z swing state content. Reporting from Scranton, this is Sarah Hutter with E2024.